और उन्होंने मास्टर्स किया है साइकोलॉजी में, बैचलर रहे हैं कंप्यूटर साइंस में, और पीजी डिप्लोमा किया है बैंकिंग ऑपरेशन। तो विभिन्न कलाओं, मतलब विभिन्न तरह की पढ़ाइयाँ की हैं। 2011 से 2017 तक ये विप्रो, आईसीआईसी बैंक, स्टैंडर्ड चार्टर्ड बैंक आदि बैंकों में काम कर चुके हैं। उनके स्ट्रॉन्ग एनालिटिकल और रिजनिंग स्किल है, मजबूत विश्लेषणात्मक और तर्क कौशल है उनमें। करियर सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए वो करियर काउंसलिंग, पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट और यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन वैल्यूज यानी करियर परामर्श, व्यक्तित्व विकास और सार्वभौमिक मानव मूल्यों के लिए कार्य करते हैं। वे बहुत पैशनेट हैं कि वो युवा जनरेशन को एक सेटिस्फैक्टरी करियर की ओर मार्गदर्शन दे सकें। 2017 में ही उन्होंने अपनी सेल्फ एक्सप्रेशन की ये जर्नी शुरू की, थियोसॉफी की, और अलग अलग ट्रेनिंग कैंपों में, अडियार में और आदि वाराणसी के कैंपों में भी उन्होंने भाग लिया। वे आनंद लॉज से संबंधित हैं और उनका मूल उद्देश्य है कि थियोसॉफी को फैलाना अलग अलग जगह पर। और वे इसीलिए विभिन्न जो एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट हैं, विद्यालय हैं या पढ़ने के जगह हैं, वहाँ पर आंध्र प्रदेश में जाते रहते हैं तेलुगु फेडरेशन की ओर से। और इसीलिए उन्होंने उनको प्रचार निर्देशक यानी डायरेक्टर ऑफ प्रोपेगेंडा का एक पदवी भी प्रदान की है। आइए साईराम जी, आपका स्वागत है। आप इंग्लिश में जो प्रथम भाग है उसे 9 मिनट में समापन करने का कोशिश करें। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Tarun Munshiji, for brief introduction. I welcome you all for this wonderful evening. Thank you for the opportunity that you have given me to share, to have this discussion on wonderful book by Jinarajadasa, that is I Promise for the Disciples, for the young disciples. This is very much needed discussion in these days, because even as an young Indian theosophist also, we are trying to get the energy collated as a group for strengthening theosophy all over the world, and in particularly India, to take it to the younger generation. Coming to this book, I Promise, as it has 4 qualities, or 2 points have been covered. The first one is bright looks, and the second one is bravery, brave words. So coming to the first point summary, like in the brave looks, why we should have brave looks. It is like the first point the author discusses here is like you as a disciple of the master. Generally in theosophy we discuss the masters, so we can relate that relation, like masters are guiding us. As a disciple, as a student of the master, what qualities we should have as a student or the disciple of the master. For the first one is bright looks. That is, even the master looks you as a channel. What is the channel? For example, the canal starts from a stream, and then it ends its journey to the sea. As a disciple, as a student, or an atman, we start our journey, we start our life, and we end our life to the ultimate God, like comparable to the sea. So in the meantime, how we draw water from the canal, we channelize that water from the small streams. The small streams are the channels. So now we should act as a channel to the other fellow citizens, or the people around us. We should act as a channel to the master. The activities should be done, the knowledge which the master wants to share to the general public. We should be the channel to the master. It is not that directly we are doing something or we have some responsibility. It is we are the face for the master to others. And coming to the as how we can have the bright looks, it is very difficult, though it is very difficult to have bright looks directly as a common man on having a physical body, with the kind of society, with the kind of world around us. We have so many things that disturbs us. But What the masters wants us, we want to have bright looks. At any cost, you have to have bright looks. But how can you maintain that bright looks? So master tells us that you may have this physical pain or the mental pain. So you search for the causes of the physical pain. What can be the causes of the physical pain? The physical causes can be any virus, any bacteria, these kind of things. What can be the causes for the mental pain, mental suffering, depression? That can be any kind of thing. The causes of the depression should be known. Either loss of a person, or you fail in that examination, your dreams are not achieved. These kind of, you should know what is the cause of the depression, the cause of the pain. With that, you will have the brighter looks. And the only thing you should have is show love to others. It is you should always feel that you are a soul, not the physical body. As a soul, it is always bright. Okay, master knows. And even when there is a failure, as discussed, the failure leads to depression and pain, mental pain or the mental depression. But whenever you are failed as a student or the disciple of the master observes you. Master has a has an eye on you, that he only observes the effort, the intention that you put, not the failure or the success. It is only the intention and the effort you put. He only observes that. Okay, and deep down you have a bright soul. Yes, it is. You should feel as an atma. If you see, it is the bright jyoti, or the bright the light that is burning in you. You should know that it is the soul is always bright. It is not disturbed by physical activities, or it is not disturbed by mental activities. You should feel that. Okay, and you should not be touched or affected by physical world, emotions or feelings. So masters help you when you are only ready to help others, not for the self being. Or he will not help you, or he may not give attention to your own pain and own suffering or the own depression, because you are meant as a channel to help others. If you are ready to help others, if you are ready to be the channel of the master or the face of the master helps you in the depression, in your physical pain. He will reduce that pain if you are ready to help others. So master help you in the depression, and always in your weakness, only when you are ready to help others, not for the self. Okay, say whenever you feel that kind of depression and the weakness, you should say, I want to have the bright looks. Master selected you as a channel, so there is no barrier. And the other point is, when you are thinking of yourself, the master may not come and help you. But when you are thinking of the others, when you are the channel for others, the master will, there is no barrier between you and the master. There is no barrier between your thought and your master's thought. The master's thought is your thought when you are the channel of the master. Okay, and you should feel as a princess. The master is the king. You have all the royalty, dignity, and the greatness of the king. You are carrying the royalty, dignity, and greatness of the master to the fellow beings. Okay, you should be, as a disciple, you are the princess. You are the son of the king. So promise yourself that, O Holy Master, Father, and other, I promise to show bright looks to men in your name. So you should when the masters help you in the depression or weakness, when you are ready to help others. The promise you should make is that you are always reflect the bright looks wherever the point is. You promise to yourself that I always show bright looks. This is the first point. And coming to the second point, that is brave words. After having the bright looks, that is see when the communication which we are having in the Zoom meeting now, I should have the way I present definitely reflects you. Definitely, if I'm dull and I'm speaking and I'm not concentrating here, that I spread that. And the way I'm speaking is also a reflection. It is the infectious thing. If I smile, you will always smile. If I spread the positive energy, you will always have positive energy. So this is the kind of thing. Without the self, when what you speak, what you reflect, what the bright looks like, you should spread positivity. In the coming to that, the brave words, the master tells us that you are stronger than your body. Your attitude is stronger than what you are. That is what. And as a soldier, if you can observe the soldier, for example, the Ukraine situation is going, the video is spread over that a woman just stands before the soldier and says, "Get out of my country." In that way, what the attitude of the soldier? It is that I should protect my people, I should protect my land, I should protect the boundaries, I should protect my country. That kind of attitude, you have the stronger mindset. It is not that you are hurting others. It is that you are taken the duty of the master, you are taken the responsibility of the master's vision, master's uh, vision to spread to the take to the common people. The brave man risk life for others. You are taken this life, your soul is working for others, it is not for working for yourself. If you are a disciple of the master, you should be working as a disciple of the master. And that is that you have taken any risk. As I said, in the bright looks, master is having a vision on you. He will help you at any cost, whatever. Even we have examples of Blavatsky, in the life of Blavatsky, in the life of other masters which we have discussed. We have all the examples, right? So in that way, if you have the vision, the that kind of right discipleship, the master will help you. And you should have a heart that is rock of ages. Okay, you should have your cause of, yeah, okay. So higher nature, higher cause. Your cause is higher ages, and you should be willing to help others. You are willing, you have accepted your life as a service to other, as a channel of the master. And like the example that are given are Lord Buddha, Lord Maitreya, Sri Krishna, Christ. If you take these kind of lives, even Madame Blavatsky, Annie Besant, if you take all these kinds of life, the masters which we have in the world, which we have seen, we have connections, the kind of people, selfless people who are serving the world, if you take this, they do not tell others that I am serving, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. A soldier will not serve, I am the serving, he will not boast. He will not tell others. He will do the job with more perfection, commitment. So the master's bravery, these are the words that are described, but we cannot help it or we show it. The kind of words that you are choosing, and the kind of actions only tell the others. So the actions of Buddha, the actions of Krishna, all these things have been described in this, like bright looks and brave words. These are the two qualities that are discussed in the first part of the book. I hope I have conveyed the translation. Thank you. Yeah, coming as we have discussed the first two things, bright looks and brave words. We have, as a disciple and the students of the master, we have taken promises that we always have bright looks and we speak brave words. And coming to the other two qualities that the master discussed in the book are joyous thoughts and nightly deeds. What are the joyous thoughts? When you see, when you have a brighter look and when you are speaking, you are thinking, right? Without your thought, these two cannot be done. So the basic level, the other quality here the author discusses is the way you think, your thought. So when you're for example, I'm speaking here, when the other thought comes to me, I will be disturbed. So in that way, When you are the channel of the master, when you are a disciple of the master, your thought should be connected with the master. So there should be no barrier or the no layer between your thought and your master thought. In other words, it is saying that your windows should be clear, because the air, the thoughts of the master flows through you. When you, and the other words, the other example, beautiful example discussed here is the master or the God always tries to make you walk in the light. The master always tries to make you walk in the light. But however, if you see a person is facing the God or the master, you are facing his light. That lights reflects on your face, that you are in the light. When you walk, you are walking towards the master, towards the God. But if you turn backside, you will face the darkness. The light falls on your back, but you are walking in the shadow. So God, but always that is the time where, if you can see the kind of actions that are going in our society, that we turned our back towards the God or the master. If you have to be in the light, you have to turn your face towards the master or the God. So you should tell and explain that when you're grown up. As a child, you have some responsibilities. As a young man, you have the responsibility. But if you are a disciple or the young man in this world, you have the responsibility to make others walk, make others face towards the master. And so you have to, you are joyous. What the kind of joy you should develop is that you have to feel from the inside. When you feel from the inside, it is like a sprout, it is like a spring. You feel the light from inside, and your thought should be for others. As discussed, you should have bright looks for the others. You should speak for others. Your thought should be for the other, for the sake of other, for the sake of the world. The God and the master thinks of you, protects you, helps you, take your pain when your thoughts are for others. Okay, you should be your actions should be, your thoughts should be helping others, like helping elders in a family. If you take care of your parents, your elders, your neighbors, then the God will help you, the master will help you, because the master always monitors you. Okay, and the kind of, as a the Christ in at a time, one time the Christ has said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they should be close the children of the God. Like, as you think of the benefit, as you think for the peace of the people, they are the children of the God. Though, so you have three qualities for making joyous thoughts, that are, you should be pure, you should be peaceful, and you should be powerful. So your, even it is a small world, your small circle, as said, you take care of your parents, you help elders, you take care of the children that are young to you, that are elder to you. So this is enough, your small circle, and that kind of actions will spread further, and you reach towards the actions of the master. And the last promise that you make for the joyous thought is, I promise you, master, that I will always think joyous thoughts in your name. The coming to the last part, that is knightly deeds, that are the actions of a soldier. You are the soldier of your master, of the God. So in that, there is a beautiful story that was discussed in the book, like a King Arthur. After this Christ, Buddha and all that, there is a King Arthur who wants to make, earlier it is like slavery and all were reflected, though in this time it is like he wants to treat everyone equal. There should be no wars. The soldiers, the knights he selected, are sitting equal to him, as a on a round table, bigger round table. They are sitting equal to him. He treated as brothers. The knights who travel to see the kingdom, they do not carry the armor, the swords, but they just go without any tools, or the kind of swords in the hands. they just go on the horses or the armory without the armory. No, even though today, even though we have government democracy all over the world, and like World Health, like United Nations Organization, these kind of things, though we have, still we need people. Still we need people who work for the peace, right? Why? Because still there is some uncertainty, some injustice. Still the wars are happening around us. So there is a need for the kind of people who do the knightly deeds, who has bright looks, who speak brave words, who has joyous thoughts, who do knightly deeds. Okay, and we should be the fingers of the God. Like we as a disciples, we should be the fingers of the God or the master, because he can mold our fingers. He can do any action with our hand. We are the fingers. So we as a disciples, if we can help collectively, work collectively, he can play the fingers and do any job. Always love your neighbor. How the action should be, what are the actions should be divided before doing the actions, what should be done towards the society. The author also discusses here that what action should be avoided. There is a simple line: what discomfort to the others people, you should not do anything that discomforts others. Like there is a no smoking zone, you should not smoke in the no smoking zone. You should not honk in the school zone. The other examples is like no parking zone. These are the discomfort you are creating for the general public. Though like over speeding, frightening others, like some people will do some actions, they make others cry, make others difficulty. These kind of things you should be avoided, because it will create some discomfort for the other people. So what should be the actions? The action should always be like helping for the others, for the good of others. So these kind of things are there. And coming to the last 2 points that are discussed from the Maurya and the Buddha, what things should be avoided, and you should avoid laziness and cowardness. You should develop you should be industrious, energetic, and you should ignore cruelty and ugliness. From the Buddha, you should ignore this cruelty and ugliness. You should see love and beauty in this world. If you see, your eye is seeing beauty in the world, you should see all the beauty around you. Every person is good. No house is ugly or the bad things. If your thoughts are good, your words are good, your actions are good, so everything will be good. So these kind of things you should avoid. Your action should be like, you should take people from the superstitious thoughts. If you do good customs, good thoughts, you should have a beautiful ideas. As said, when you love, when you practice love and beauty, when your thoughts are love and beauty, when your actions are include which includes love and beauty, your ideas will be good, your actions will be good. You will not do any discomfort to the other. Like some people will be coming in the late to the meeting. They may be paying tickets, they will be touched in the during the movie theater. These kind of comfort thing. If you are doing good things, if you are seeing beauty around you, you will not indulge any such kind of activities, like a no smoking zone, no parking zone, no honking zone. You will be avoiding these things, because for the comfortability of the others, for the stability of the society, for the good governance, for the peaceful in the world. So these kind of things you should be avoiding. So I promise to you that I will do such kind of knightly deeds in your name, to make this world more beautiful. These are the 4 promises that are discussed in this book. That are: you should have bright looks, you should speak bravery words, you should have joyous thoughts, and the 4th thing is knightly deeds. These are the 4 qualities that are discussed in the 4 sessions. Even there are these discussions were happened in Adyar and the beautiful book we have discussed today. And thank you once again for all the audience here who have participated and taken the time, and particularly Tarun Munshi brother for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Really, I pay homage to Sri Jinarajadasa, who is known as the Raja. Really, he was a occultist, author, theosophist, and also a real disciple. He met the masters, and all that experience was with him. How one disciple should act, that is what it is given in this I Promise. The book that you have selected is a wonderful book, and the speakers are really explained whatever they feel, and that feeling is from their heart, and they explained it nicely. I am very much impressed by all the four people. They explained very nicely in their own language, and truthfully they explained. So I appreciate Sairam Pate, very nice English fluency, and even Varshaji also a lecturer, and the one who is not remembering her name,
Tapaswani.
Tapaswini. What a nice she was explaining. Just she has experience in her samsara, and she is explaining all that very nicely. All the four people, all the three people, they have understood very well, and they have taken this book for study. I Promise. Who is this I? Who promises? And what is this promise? Promise that expresses in punctuality. And you all three people really promised to study this book and very punctually, honestly explain this book. The four qualification: bright look means you have faith in the perfected beings. Brave word means you have trust in his strength. And joyous thought means you have pledged to send always goodwill all around. And this nightly deed means really being awareness of your promise. Nightly deed is this awareness of the promise. Who promises? My higher self promises. And that promise is worked through our tool mind. And Sri Jinarajadasa gives all of us this direction to be a disciple. Disciple is one who lives the teaching. And he has given the training to the human mind. Human mind, as we know, what it sees, so it feels. And therefore, it begins with the bright look. So what you see, so you feel. And this feeling, you must know the principle behind it. The feeling of hate and love, both are immortal feelings. So you must promise yourself not to feel evil of anyone. So always feel of love. Then that your look will be bright. So this is how what you see, so you feel. And then what you feel, so you think. So here, brave words, they come if you really feel with that awareness of promise. And then what you think, so you will. Will means his force will come behind you. And that kind of trust you will develop. And finally, you act nightly means right action. Krishnamurti said this righteousness is this nightly deed. So bring this righteousness in your heart, and the aspirant must live a life of patient learning. That is what all three of you explained, how we can learn patiently, because many difficulties are there, and painful unlearning. That which is hateful, you must avoid it, unlearn it, don't do it there, and it is dying to the past and take a new birth. So this is how this promise, I promise book is wonderful. And really, this is I means my soul promises to live a righteous life, good conduct, whatever you call it as. And see Jinarajadasa being a good author, and he is very loving to everyone. And more importantly, he was a good teacher, explaining in a very practical manner. So I pay homage on this day, because it's 18th June is his death anniversary, and I congratulate Taralji for arranging such kind of lectures within these studied and learned speakers. Once again, I congratulate all the speakers and thank you all of you for giving me this opportunity to think on C. Jinarajadasa also. Thank you very much.
शिंदे जी, हमेशा आपके आशीर्वचन बहुत ही सशक्त होते हैं। इससे पहले कि हम हर्षवर्धन सेठ जी से चुने, मेरे ख्याल से साईराम ने एक कुछ पोएम की लाइंस लिखी हैं, तो मैं आई प्रॉमिस में जो एंड में लिखा हुआ है, तो साईराम, इफ यू वांट टू थ्रो एनी लाइट्स ऑन इट, प्लीज गो अहेड. You have put it in the chat box. Unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, this is in the last page of the book. If you can see the screen, the book, in the book, the last page, we have this song of the sword and the shield. I am the sword and I defend the weak. In my master's hand, I shall not break. I am the shield to each in the strife. Who behind me fights, I breathe new life. I am the heart, I give asylum and understanding to all who come. I am the rose who inhales my scent. So this is what the last page of the book that was in the vein. It is like all the lines reflect all the actions, all the qualities of the disciple. If you can see, you are the sword. As we discussed the example, you should be the finger of the master who can take the actions through you. So when you take action, I breathe a new life, like you are giving new experiences to the people, and through you, if your looks, your words, your thoughts are beauty, it is like a rose where you feel your breath is fresh as like a scent of a rose. So these are in a simple poem he has expressed his thoughts. It is wonderful that I shared you.